If you think working hard, saving money, and doing everything right will make you rich, you've been lied to your entire life, and worse. It was designed that way so you never break out. Because while you're chasing a paycheck, the rich are playing a completely different game. And today, you're about to discover exactly what that game is. Stay with me until the end, because habit number 1 is the most powerful of all, and it's what separates people who try to get rich from those who actually do. 10. High income does not mean wealth. Let's start by destroying a brutal myth. Earning a lot of money does not make you rich. How many people do you know who make good money but are still broke? Expensive cars, big houses, maxed out credit cards, and zero freedom. The rich understand something nobody teaches. Wealth is not how much you make, it's how much you keep and multiply. They focus on net worth, not appearances. Real example. A doctor making $20,000 a month can be poorer than someone making $5,000, but investing consistently. Direct question for you. If you stopped working today, how long could your money sustain your life? If that answer makes you uncomfortable, good. Because the next habit explains why this happens. 9. Avoid the lifestyle inflation trap. The more you earn, the more you spend. That's the classic middle-class mistake. The rich do the opposite. They increase income, but control their lifestyle. They don't rush to upgrade cars, houses, or impress anyone. Why? Because every fixed expense is a form of financial prison. They know freedom comes from keeping expenses low and investing the difference. While someone buys a luxury car, the rich buy assets that pay for that car. Now think, are you upgrading your life or your freedom? And this leads to something even more powerful. 8. Turn money into assets, not consumption. This is the real game. Average people buy things. Rich people buy cash flow. They think, will this pay me back? Examples: rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, businesses that generate income. They don't ask, can I afford this? They ask, will this make me richer? This habit changes everything. Because while you trade money for temporary pleasure, they trade money for future freedom. And that takes us to the next level. 7. Think long-term, even when it's hard. Most people want fast results. The rich play a decades-long game. They invest knowing that real growth comes with time. And here's where something powerful comes in: compound interest. While you think, how much does this make this month? They think, what will this be worth in 10, 20 years? They have strategic patience. Let me ask you, are you playing to win now or to dominate later? Because the next habit is where the game starts accelerating. 6. Use other people's money intelligently. This might sound strange, but it's one of the strongest secrets. The rich use leverage. They use credit, investors, financing, but strategically. They borrow cheap money to invest in something that returns more. Example: financing a property that pays for itself. But pay attention. This is not about going into random debt. The difference is simple. Poor people use debt to consume. Rich people use debt to multiply. Are you using the system, or is the system using you? And this connects to something even deeper. 5. Have multiple income streams. Relying on one income source is extremely risky. The rich know this. They build multiple streams: salary, investments, businesses, passive income. Because if one fails, the others keep you stable. More importantly, each new stream accelerates growth. Now think, if your main income disappeared today, what would be left? That thought leads directly to the next habit. 4. Invest in yourself as your main asset. Before investing money, the rich invest in knowledge. They read, learn, and connect with the right people. They understand the greatest asset is not money. It's the ability to generate money. Skills like sales, negotiation, communication, and strategic thinking are worth more than any degree. They never stop evolving. Question: how much have you invested in yourself in the last 6 months? Because the next habit shows how they use that. 3. Control emotions, not just money. The market drops. People panic. The market rises. People jump in too late. The rich control emotions. They don't make decisions based on fear or hype. They follow strategy. While others sell at a loss, they buy opportunities. While others chase trends, they're already exiting. Do you react, or do you think before you act? Because the next habit is what creates opportunities most people never see. 2. Stay close to opportunities and the right people. Wealth is environment. The rich surround themselves with people who are better, more experienced, more connected. They stay where opportunities flow. Events, networking, business circles, communities. Because they know opportunities don't show up in isolation. They show up in conversations. Now think, does your current circle push you forward or hold you back? And that brings us to the most powerful habit of all. 1. Think like an owner, not an employee. This is the ultimate separator. The rich think like owners. Even when they work for someone else, they think like they own it. They ask, how does this grow? How does this scale? How does this create more value? They don't trade time for money. They build systems. They don't chase security. They pursue control. And here's the most important question of this video. Are you building something or just surviving? Because the truth is harsh. If you don't change the way you think, nothing changes. Now you understand the game. But knowing doesn't change anything. What changes is what you do next. And in the next video, I'm going to show you something most people only realize too late, and when they do, they've already lost years of their life. So if you want to break out of the average, you already know what to do.